Hi, it's Salita. I'm going to be solving the problem number 3 on LeetCode, the longest substring without repeating characters. And I previously made a video on this, and I thought I was using the sliding window technique to solve this problem, but instead I was just using the brute force technique. So today I'm going to solve this again using the sliding window technique. So it says that given a string S, find the length of the longest substring without repeating characters. And in our example 1, we have an input of ABC, ABC, B, and B. And the output is 3 because we have A, B, C over here, and then the next character after C is A, and that's repeating. So the non-repeating substring that is the longest is ABC here. There's ABC here as well, and then there's B, just B. So those are the 3 substrings, ABC, ABC, and then B. So 3 is the longest substring in that string. And in our example 2, we have B, 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 and B. And the output is 1 because the length of the longest substring here is B, and the length is 1, and so it's B, 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 and B. And then we have an example 3, which is P, W, W, K, E, W, and the output is 3, because if we go through it, we have P, W, P, and then W, K, E, and then we have W. And we can also have K, E, W here. And the explanation is that the answer is WKE with the length of 3 here. And that the answer must be a substring, so PW, PW, K, and E is a subsequence and not the substring. To approach this problem, the first thing I am going to do is to loop through the array. And we will only need to loop through the array once because we're going to be using a sliding window technique. And in the sliding window technique, I will be having some start variables and the end variables. I'm going to track all these variables. And the idea is to go through the items in the string and keep a end variable on the right side and a start variable on the left side. And once the right side, or the end variable, sees a repeating letter, then we go and increase the start size. So then the start will go B, C, A. And that way we don't need to make another array, and in that another array we would have to go see repeating characters such as ones that we already visited, like B again. And so if we did it the brute force approach way, we would loop through A, B, C, A, and then we would loop through, make a second loop and go through B, C, A. And it will be repeating, and we have already done that a few times. So instead of doing that, we'll do it this way with the approach of having the start and the end pointers, and then sliding the start once we see a repeated letter. So our start is going to be 0, and then we're going to store a temp for our substring and also a max length for our maximum length or our longest substring. And now I'm going to go through the array and check if my current, which is S of I, is inside of my temp. And if it exists in my temp, it means that there is a repeating substring. So if current is in temp, I'm going to increase the start variable. And my I here is actually my end, which is my right pointer. So that means that I've gone to this position, and so I need to increase my start, and my start will start at index 1 now. And if not, then what I'm going to do is, actually we do this either way. So the temp is going to append the current. So we'll append A either way, but we'll just increase the start. And we're trying to find the max length. So the max length is going to be the maximum of temp or the max length that we currently have. And now we can return the maximum length. And temp is actually the length of the temp before I added the current, so it's actually not temp. And I need to do the end minus the start plus 1. The end minus start plus 1 will give me the length of the string that I'm on. For example, in the beginning it would be ABC. So yeah, that is how I would do this. And also, I think I'm missing something here. I believe this has to be a while loop, and also that I have to take out my starting letter here. So I'm going to recreate this temp to have this starting. And that way it doesn't include my start. So I will start from one index and go through the rest of the array. And then here, it has to be a while loop because we're going through the current and seeing the current is in temp. And yeah, if it's in temp, then I will have to move the starting point. And that's about it. I'm going to run this. And I get the right answer. And let's submit this. And we also get the right answer here. And so I wanted to talk about the time complexity. The time complexity of this solution is O of n, where n is the input and the length of that input, which in this case it's 8. And it's O of n because this for loop will go through all of the input. And then this while loop is constant because we only have to get the current item and check if it's in temp, and we already have that. And so that is O of n, and that makes for O of n in the time complexity. And in my space complexity, it is a constant O of 1 because I didn't use any extra variables like list items to store the my temporary results. All I have is a string. And that's about it.